He stood by Muhammad Ali when the world turned its back. He spoke truth when others stayed silent. He was the voice that made sports feel like theater. But on one night in 1983, Howard Cosell said 6 words that destroyed his entire career. What did he say? And why did it tear down a man who had once been a symbol of integrity? This is the fall of Howard Cosell. Howard Cosell was born Howard William Cohen on March 25, 1918, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. His Jewish immigrant parents believed education was the only escape from struggle, a belief that fueled Howard's hunger to rise. By age 3, the family moved to Brooklyn, where Howard learned how to fight. Not with fists, but with words. He quoted books on playgrounds, challenged teachers, wrote biting critiques as a teenage editor. And when it came time to choose a future, he didn't play it safe. He became a lawyer. But deep down, he wanted more. Not comfort, but impact. He changed his name from Cohen to Cosell, not to hide who he was, but to make sure the world remembered it. During World War II, Cosell served as a major in the Army's Transportation Corps. Even love had to be fought for. He had to request formal permission to date Emmy Abrams, a fellow soldier. They married in 1944. She would become his anchor for life. After the war, Cosell returned to New York and launched a successful law career, even representing baseball legend Willie Mays. But something wasn't right. He'd pace around pretending to call games. He once said, "I lack sufficient mediocrity to survive in the business." He didn't want to fit in, he wanted to be heard. And so, in 1953, he got his break, unpaid, on ABC Radio, a show where little leaguers interviewed major league stars. Cosell stayed a lawyer by day, broadcaster by night. For 3 years, he didn't earn a cent from radio, but he was learning. And soon, he realized the secret. Let people speak freely, and they'll reveal everything. ABC challenged him to find a sponsor for a new segment. He delivered. Speaking of Sports was born, and it ran for decades. Cosell wasn't just reporting. He was rewriting how sports were told. By 1956, he gave up law completely and went full-time into sports broadcasting. While others played nice, Cosell went straight for the truth. He asked hard questions, called out weak performances, dared to say what others wouldn't. Athletes respected him, even those he challenged. He wasn't a cheerleader. He was a watchdog. And soon, he found an ally who matched his fire: Muhammad Ali. In 1964, when the boxer changed his name from Cassius Clay, most of the world rejected it. But not Cosell. On national television, he called him Muhammad Ali, proudly, loudly, and consistently. He didn't care about the backlash. He believed in Ali's right to define himself, because Cosell knew what it meant to be an outsider. When Ali refused to fight in Vietnam, he was stripped of everything. But Cosell stood by him again, denouncing the government's actions as inhuman and illegal. Through the hate mail, the threats, the media firestorms, Cosell never flinched. He wasn't just a broadcaster anymore. He was part of the story. For 2 decades, their banter lit up television. Ali teased Cosell's hairpiece. Cosell shot back with sarcasm. But beneath the jabs was something rare: mutual respect. They weren't characters. They were comrades in a fight bigger than sport. When Ali was banned, Cosell gave him airtime. When others mocked him, Cosell listened. He helped the world see the man, not just the fighter. Then came Monday Night Football. In 1970, ABC's Roone Arledge took a risk and brought Cosell into the booth. He wasn't an athlete. He wasn't smooth. But he was electric. Ratings soared. His trio with Don Meredith and Frank Gifford became iconic. They joked, argued, and sometimes got drunk on air, literally. In 1973, he made the most legendary boxing call in history. "Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier." That moment is still replayed decades later. Cosell was now more than a commentator. He was the emotion in every game, the conscience behind every story. But success came with battles. He fought with co-hosts, feuded with journalists, clashed with producers. He criticized the growing trend of hiring ex-athletes as commentators, calling it jockocracy. That didn't win him many friends. Behind the bold words was insecurity. He constantly asked if people still liked him. He feared being forgotten. Then came the night that changed everything. September 5th, 1983. The Dallas Cowboys were playing the Washington Redskins. During a play, Cosell watched Alvin Garrett, a 5'7" black wide receiver, dart across the field. And then, 6 words. "That little monkey gets loose, doesn't he?" The outrage was instant. Phones at ABC exploded with complaints. Civil rights leaders demanded action. Headlines blasted him across the nation. The man who once stood against racism was now accused of it. Cosell insisted he meant no harm, that he'd used the phrase affectionately before, even for white players. He pointed to broadcasts in 1972 and 1982. Even his own grandchildren, he said, had heard the phrase, but it didn't matter. Support came from Jesse Jackson, from Muhammad Ali, even from Alvin Garrett himself, who said he wasn't offended. Still, the media had decided. Cosell was done. By the end of the 1983 season, he walked away from Monday Night Football. The show he helped build went on without him. Though he stayed on radio until 1992, television had turned its back. Behind the scenes, his personal life was unraveling. His wife, Emmy, his partner for nearly 5 decades, passed away in 1990. Without her, Cosell was lost. His health declined quickly. Cancer, heart disease, Parkinson's, strokes. They all followed. By 1995, the voice that once roared had gone quiet. Howard Cosell died at age 77. Some remembered the scandals. Others remembered the courage. He was arrogant, yes, but also brave. A man who dared to say what others feared. He didn't just report history, he shaped it. He defended the voiceless. He gave sports a soul. He made millions feel something real. This was the rise and fall of Howard Cosell, a man who gave sports a conscience and paid the price for speaking from it. If stories like this move you, real people, real impact, then subscribe to Hollywood Pulse News, where legends are never forgotten, and the truth always gets told.